What's up out there, YouTubers?
What's going on there, YouTube?
What's up, folks on Vine, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yeah, actually now you can actually check us out on our Twitter, Instagram, or my Twitter and my Instagram. Technically it's both of us. Also our movie pilot, so at the end of this you can actually be able to click on that, check on it.
Pilot, all that good
also
stuff.
at the bottom in the description bar. But we are back for a brand new TV show review for Fear the Walking Dead, episode 5.
Episode 5.
Named Cobalt.
Cobalt. That's the color blue for all y'all artistic, artsy folks.
No, I didn't know that. This man. So what did we think about this brand new episode? Coming off of last week's episode, and we finding out, like, basically that the military or the National Guard, they got some other shady stuff that's going on. It's all being shown and displayed in this episode. I really like this episode. I think this might be one of the more stronger episodes just because of multiple different reasons. But there's a new character by the name of Strand, African-American male. You find him in the prison that Nick is in. And you find out what kind of character he is. And it's unlike anything that kind of like The Walking Dead's kind of presented, in my opinion. I think there's people that's kind of emulated it, but he's very dark. And he's very evil in nature for different reasons. But I really loved Daniel's perspective in this episode. Like everything that he was doing, you find out really what Daniel's endgame is of what to do about his wife being taken, what to do about his daughter, and not just that, his backstory. And I think it all boils down to that interrogation with the girl's like plaything, or not plaything, but the boy toy that she was with. Because they had like sexual encounters in the last episode, but in this one, it was like they're interacting, and then all of a sudden he's kidnapped. And it's kind of like, it's a shock because I'm like, okay, did she have this planned or whatnot? Because it seemed like in the beginning of the episode they were really nice and everything was cool, but then when Daniel had him down there and he was interrogating him, and like the guy was trying to tell him, he was like, look, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. And he was like, he wasn't hearing it. He was just stone cold, bro. It was nuts, man. It was really good. But what did you think about the episode?
It was a great episode, yo. Like for real, like top down, like from beginning to end, y'all. It was a great episode. I mean, the build up from the last episode, this one was crazy. You know, it's just a lot of things went down, and this one you definitely see. All right, this is the point where you see the characters actually change.
Yeah.
And you see them like butt heads or like moral views and what should they actually do. Yo, this episode was probably one of the strongest thus far.
Yeah.
Building up, and the next episode I believe is the season finale.
Yeah.
So we get to see what takes place, and man, it's about to go down.
Yeah, it is.
My dude Daniel, man, he's got some stuff playing. He got some stuff in the works, man. I don't know, man. He's about to be like, ain't nobody going home.
Yeah.
Like, for real, like, ain't nobody leaving.
Do you think he had this realization that his wife was not going to come back?
Probably. Probably.
It's just interesting because once he does find out what Cobalt is, it's funny because around that same time, Travis is coming back because he's been with the military guy. He's thinking that he can talk him through finding out where Nick is, finding out where Daniel's wife is, and trying to get perspective. Well, they give him the work. They basically show him like, look, either you realize that what's in front of you is dark and all this, and at the same exact time, like there was the military guy, he said either you know that this person that's a walking dead, that's a zombie, essentially, either they're alive or they're dead. If you think that they're actually alive, then we're murderers, and we can't have that initially. And it's funny because I finally see Travis getting booked, essentially. Like he's standing up for what his morals are, but at the same exact time, like he's understanding that the world is not like black and white. It is a seriously gray area of survival, and I think he's gonna have to come to this realization of like he's gonna have to do everything he can to be able to protect his family. And I don't know if he's got that in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that Madison will. Cause after the interrogation, this girl, Madison, she was like, did he tell you what we need to know? And she was kind of, at first, she was like, no, don't do this, no, you know, but she never said, like, you're making the wrong decision. She was just like, you know, don't do it. And then finally when he did it, she was just like stone cold about it, bro. Like, she's a trip, man. All these characters, they're having really good arc turns, and I'm really liking it. The weirdest part of all this was Alicia and Chris. They going and doing their own random stuff, like, in the house. And I'm like, Alicia, what's wrong with you? Like, she's acting a little too promiscuous, and they just wrecking the house. I'm like, I don't know, that was a real, I don't know why, it was uncomfortable for me. Cause I'm like, technically, aren't y'all related? Like, what's going on here, you know? But aside from that, I thought that everything coming off of the last episode, it was a great build-up. But with the addition to the African-American guy, it's named Strand. Like, I don't know what his end game is, but he is probably one of the smartest people they've come across. And he's, like Joe said, he's really shiesty. But what are your thoughts on Strand?
Man, like, pretty much you covered everything with him. I mean, he's definitely, man, like, this dude he's a shiesty dude, man. Like, to the point where he's, like, who wears a suit? You know what I'm saying? In the zombie apocalypse. Like, who does that? Like, nobody else out here is wearing a suit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, he's working everything like a chessboard, and you can see him like working everything out in his mind. Like,
yeah.
He's very strategic.
Yeah.
So to a point you don't know his end game, and he'll pretty much like right where he's at now is like Nick is caught up in the mix, but you don't know if he's necessarily trying to help Nick or he's trying to help himself. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll see how that plans out.
Yeah, I didn't like what he did to the guy. The guy that was already messed up. You know, what he did with manipulating his mind, essentially. Purging his mind. I thought it was like he was just messing with people just to mess with them. But his end game was to get everybody that came in there out. And being basically taken, I guess, downstairs. But I feeling like downstairs meaning bullet in the head. Or if not, torture. And he's got an end with the security guards. He's sitting there giving them, pawning them off stuff. And I'm like, what do y'all need material stuff for? What is that gonna do in this situation, you know? But he's got them all. And he's, like you said, he's moving the chessboard. But we'll see what's gonna happen. All I know is coming the next episode, Daniel's decision is gonna be key. But then what Nick is, because basically Strand at some point in this episode saves Nick. We don't know why. But that's going to be played into a little bit later on in the next episode. So I'm waiting to see where that's going to go. But it's a great episode. I give it a 9 out of 10. Actually, it's one of my favorite ones, to be quite honest. What would you give it as far as rating?
I would give it an 8.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Compare that to last episode. Which was better? This one or that? This one?
Definitely this one.
Okay.
But I mean, the previous episode was definitely necessary.
Oh yeah,
they needed that episode.
This was the payoff to the build up from last episode.
Exactly.
So that was great. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed our review for The Walking Dead Cobalt. We're about to have our Talking Dead at 11 o'clock. So in another 30 minutes from now, roughly, hopefully we can get these reviews out as soon as possible. Y'all will be able to tune in, stay live with us, with you, me, Jarrell's, and we about to go in.
It's a party.
JVS, we out. Y'all stay blessed. Thanks, everybody.